How are you, Jack, today in New York?
I'm good, molto bene. And you?
Very well. Okay, I think now I can hear you better. And so I wanna show something before we start to get into your career. Prima che iniziamo a parlare della tua carriera, you were in Italy and you met a beautiful and very talented hairstylist, Nicoletta Rezzani. And look what I have here.
Oh, it's a photo of us. Yes. Oh, I love her.
Yeah. So
Complimenti.
I got this. Yeah. So you met Nicoletta. Thanks to Nicoletta for being the bridge, per essere stata il ponte tra di noi. So you were in Italy and you met Nicoletta. You were in Italy with Les Ballets Trockadero.
Yes.
See. So
yeah.
How about your experience? You are a dancer, a great dancer. You worked also with Cunningham, right? With the company Merce Cunningham, right?
Yeah. So that was one of my first jobs that I had out of school, but I was only with them for a summer when they were after Merce Cunningham passed away, and it was with the trust, and then I left.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah. I know. I just said that you worked with him. I didn't like he died. Merce Cunningham died, but you worked with the company. I apologize. Jack Furlong ha lavorato con la compagnia di Merce Cunningham. I'm sorry guys about my English Italian. I have to switch. Devo cambiare, mi confondo. E poi qual è stato l'inizio della tua carriera come ballerino e perché? So how was the starting for your career as a dancer, and why did you decide to join Les Ballets Trockadero, which is a very particular company, but we're going to talk about later. So
yeah, well, for me, when I joined, I actually was coming off of a spinal injury. So I actually broke my spine maybe the year and a half before, and I stopped dancing, and I was working for a nonprofit here in New York City, and I was just starting to get back into class when one of my friends from school, who's in the company still, Philip Martin, he told me there was an opening, and I kind of just took a shot in the dark and decided to audition, and have been with the company ever since. So it was kind of it was on whim, to be honest.
Yeah, so if I understood, you injured your spine. So tu hai fatto un incidente, ti sei rotto la spina dorsale. How did it happen? What kind of accident?
Oh, it was in rehearsal. I had a girl in a lift, like above my head, and it was a day like today in New York where it's really hot, and we slipped, and I caught her, and I
okay, so
he had. Spine.
Okay, I'm going to translate briefly because this is important. So Jack ha avuto un incidente durante delle prove di un balletto, aveva una ragazza sopra di lui e la ragazza è scivolata e sono caduti e si è rotto la spina dorsale, quindi è stato fermo. And you've been like, you stopped dancing for how long? Tu hai smesso di danzare per quanto tempo?
I definitely stopped for a whole year once I got diagnosed with my injury. But yeah, and then even when I auditioned, it was my first time like finishing class was my audition. And later on, I did an interview for a paper in Ireland, and my director was reading it, and I go, in the interview it says how I thought I fooled them to not knowing that I was really injured still, and he goes, no, we knew you were injured. We just knew you would.
So they didn't know exactly.
I thought they didn't know, but they did know that I hadn't been dancing, and that I was coming from an injury, and that I was really still not fully there yet. So, but they still let me join, which was very nice of them.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jack. They're telling me that my image is breaking up. Scusami. So I'm gonna change location. No I'm sorry about that. Yeah, they're telling me che la mia immagine andava e veniva. Forse ora è meglio. Maybe now it's better. I change location.
Sì.
So Nico dice that you are in shape as usual. You're very energetic. Yeah, as usual. Nico, appena scritto, she just wrote that.
Yeah,
so, Jack ha detto che lui poi è entrato nella compagnia Les Ballets Trockadero grazie a un suo collega. So one of your colleague or a friend, he was a friend of yours, so e gli ha detto perché non fai l'audizione, why don't you audition for Les Ballets Trockadero? And he did it on a whim. You said that's a good expression. Also, we use those live to to cross over English and Italian. So on a whim, it's like you did it like senza pensarci, right? Without thinking about it.
It was actually one of my bosses at the nonprofit where I was like, oh, I don't really think I'm going to do it. And she was like, just go do it. And so I did. And then 6 days later, I was flying to Amsterdam with the company. So
wow, so 6 giorni dopo l'audizione, 6 days after the audition, you were already dancing with them.
It was a lot,
giorni. Wow. So
I only had 1 week with the company before we went on tour we went 2 weeks in Netherlands and then another 2 weeks in Italy.
Wow, so what were all the cities that you traveled to? Like, quali sono stati I paesi che, like the first countries you went to? I primi paesi che hai visitato?
The first tour was, we did 11 cities in the Netherlands, and then we did just 2 straight weeks in Milano.
Oh, hai fatto 2 settimane a Milano. Il Teatro Nuovo, okay. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to see it live, but I saw you dancing. Yeah, I saw you like dancing on YouTube. I did a lot of like research and I saw how beautiful and it's crazy. So I don't know if, non so se tutti conoscono la compagnia Les Ballets Trockadero. I don't know if anyone knows them, but the characteristic of this company is that it's are all male dancers. Sono tutti ballerini uomini che danzano ruoli di donne. So they all dance women roles. And the fascinating thing and unbelievable for me is they dance on point shoes. Loro ballano sulle punte. How was that? Because I don't know if I should use the past tense, if I was a dancer or I'm still a dancer. Well, let's say we're still dancers in the vein, no? Nelle nostre vene noi saremo sempre ballerini. Ma I remember when I was dancing on dance shoes, it was very difficult, it hurts, and especially doing the pirouette. How was the experience for you, and why did you decide to get in such a company knowing that you had to prepare yourself so much? Like,
well, everyone in the company, like, the great thing about the company is everyone is from different schools and backgrounds, and I know a lot of the dancers now, especially the newer generation, it's the company they want to be in, so they come in already have training on point, you know, in school and stuff. So my teacher, Valentina, when I was in school, you know, the girls would do point and I just did it with them. So until I was injured, I still took point class and, you know.
Oh, ok, so tu già facevi erezioni sulle punte, già praticavi sulle punte.
Yeah, but of course, when I got injured, so basically I was restarting over when I joined the company. But yeah, I mean, everyone has a different path, and the point shoes just, you know, I think we get used to it, and I think the dancers that are in the company, they want to be on point, so.
Really? You know, oh, so, no, you mean like, but not for Le Ballet Trockadero, you mean like in general, like male dancers would like...
I think in recent times, especially, you see boys all around the world doing more point stuff for fun.
Or heels, right? Anche sui tacchi. There are a lot of workshops, especially in LA, with guys giving like workshop on like heels workshop. So they dance on heels and it's fascinating. Like they are amazing. Sono incredibili. Più delle donne, vorrei dire. More better than women, I'd say, on heels and point shoes.
Yeah, I mean, some of the dancers in the company are just, you know, you think they've been doing points since they were children. They're amazing, so.
Oh, wow, so già I ballerini maschi hanno fatto tantissimo training sulle punte già da piccoli. Però tu, Jack, you worked with the dancer coach Valentina Kozlova, is right, the pronunciation? Sì. E lei è stata una ballerina principale del Bolshoi, vero? So you you worked with her, hai lavorato con lei, so it was a very rigid, I'm sure, una preparazione, un allenamento molto rigido con lei, perché...
Yes and no. Like, it was very like strict and very intense Russian Vagonova training. But like the one thing I did always kind of enjoy is we were never yelled at, which is kind of her and the other teachers. We weren't screamed at. You know, they very much
screamed at. So, scusa, you never screamed what? Sorry.
We weren't yelled at or anything. You know, it was strict.
Oh, like, okay, she wasn't yelling at you, lei non ti urlava dietro, com'è di solito il tipico allenamento di un ballerino con un'insegnante russa, o in generale con un'insegnante rigida, sì.
See, and then I felt like with them especially, it was a lot about, which I think is really good preparation, was that they kind of treated everyone like adults or professionals, so a lot of it had to come just from you. So it helps prepare you when you do become a professional. Like, it only comes from you. Like, you know what I mean? No one's going to hold your hand. So I think that was one of the greatest things, was like, you have to be able to do it yourself. And, you know, and there was no screaming, but it was very intense training.
Oh, so you're saying, like, during the preparation, she was helping you, but then at the end...
No, of course, but we weren't babied in a way, you know?
Ho capito, sì, praticamente Jack dice, and by the way, I just changed another position in the
I'm recording my phone.
I'm trying to get the best light possible because today was a weird morning, è stata una giornata una mattina un po' particolare. Comunque, Jack dice che la sua preparazione è stata rigida, ma nello stesso tempo l'insegnante non li prendeva per mano in una maniera dolce, like she was not really babying you, like say, hey, you should do this, you should like so you had to work on your own. Tu hai dovuto lavorare molto da solo.
Matter of fact, I always kind of thought it as like the Nike slogan, just do it, like this is what it is, just do that.
Wow,
you know?
Questo è quello che devi
pragmatic.
fare, just do e fallo, più pragmatica, più pratica. Mamma mia, I'm so, now that you're saying those things, I'm remembering my dance teacher in Italy. But non parliamo di questo. E anche, so how about the process in terms, what kind of not shows, sorry, variation, le variazioni, what kind of I can't think of the word, che tipo di variazioni, di variazioni di danza. So I think Don Quixote, right, Don Quixote and Swan Lake were the best one you were playing with, and also what kind of characters?
I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years now, I've been performing like the joke swan in our Swan Lake, which is the more comedic one, which has been a great treasure to be able to perform all the time. It's the one that makes a lot of the funny stuff that happens. But I mean, one of my favorite pieces that I've got, that I premiered actually in Solomeo in Umbria.
Scusa, in Umbria.
In Umbria last year was the pas de quatre. I got to play Gran, which has been a role I've always wanted to do.
Il pas de quatre in Umbria, in Italia. Tu hai fatto in Swan Lake, vero?
Yeah,
Nel
so
Lago
those
dei
have been
Cigni.
some of my favorite roles, definitely.
Il pas de quatre di Swan Lake. E invece Jack ha detto che prima, you said before, you enjoyed always doing Swan Lake, fare il Lago dei Cigni, però it was more like okay. So now it's in your blood and it was Swan Lake. But you were doing like more like a comic role as well, like era un ruolo più comico.
I do a lot of the comic stuff.
What do you enjoy most, Jack? What do you enjoy most? And also, if you enjoy most playing yourself, cioè ti piace di più interpretare te stesso, o a woman role, or like the comedian?
I think for any of us there in our acting, with any dancer, not even just in Trockadero, you do have a sense of yourself being on stage. Even though you're interpreting like a role, you kind of bring something within you from it. So I think that's kind of, especially with a lot of the stuff that I now get to do, which is a lot of the more comedy stuff in the company, I like to bring my own sense of myself in it.
Certo.
Nice.
Certo, so che ti piace comunque portare sulla scena anche Jack Furlong, like you like to bring your who you are, ti
Yeah.
piace ovviamente tirar fuori il personaggio, ma anche te stesso, come tanti attori fanno, because you're an actor and then, you know, you're acting. And how about first of all, also, I worked with Cirque du Soleil, and we worked with so many people coming from different countries.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was a little bit difficult because, you know, I'm Italian and I have a certain way of behaving. The Japanese is more conservative, like, and then the French person is different. How about you, like, tu insieme a tutti gli altri del cast, provenendo da diversi paesi?
Well,
Com'è
for
andata?
us,
How did it go?
well, when I joined, for instance, there were, I think, 4 Italian dancers. That was like, you know, a quarter of the company was Italian when I joined.
Wow.
Now there's only the ballet master's Italian at the moment. But so we had people from Europe, we had people from Asia, from Africa, from America, from Australia. So, you know, you have many languages, different personalities. I mean, that's with that.
How was it? Yeah, and how was for you, like,
I mean, it's
any
fun,
story,
you know?
any story that you felt like it was like a challenging for you, che è stata un po' una sfida, forse?
I just think, especially like in the ballet world, you kind of always know that it's going to be kind of a mix of people. So for me, you know, when I was in school, all my teachers were from Russia. There were people from other countries in my class, you know, so I already had that kind of sense. And I've been living in New York, which is a mix of people.
Yeah,
so
è vero.
It's been just, yeah, I mean, and now obviously the company has changed since I've been there, but there's still people from, you know, I think we have like 9 languages that are
Wow,
spoken
9
yeah.
lingue diverse
Yeah.
che la gente parla. Sì, so Jack
Yeah.
ha lavorato, lui dice, ha lavorato con tantissimi artisti provenienti da tantissimi paesi, quindi lingue diverse, ma non è mai stato un problema, anche perché Jack vive a New York, Jack lives in New York, so New York è già una città piena, un concentrato di culture e lingue diverse, come in effetti anche Los Angeles, like those cities are like, there are people speaking like any language. So, and then if you're an artist, I'm sure like you already know how to adapt yourself, right? Tu sai già poi come adattarti con la compagnia.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't really the different cultures. It was that in Trockadero, like any small place that are artists, we have our own kind of language and culture and words. So for me, that was probably just getting to understand how the company works and how the dancers work. And I think that for any dancer that joins the company, it's like learning how that culture within our company is. And so I think that was more of a, maybe not a challenge, but a learning curve. It was just like, how did these group of people work together?
Oh,
you know?
okay, sì,
and of course, influenced by, you know, I think the 11 different countries we have represented right now, and I think there's 11 at the moment that are where people are from.
But,
you know, I think it really,
11 persone, ok.
Yeah, at the moment there's, I think, 11 of different countries where people
che arrivano
are
da
from.
11 paesi diversi, sì.
So I think, but it's really about more understanding how the culture with the traveling and the rehearsals and like understanding that more.
Oh, ok, yeah, sì. E Jack dice che non era tanto, non è tanto capire la cultura di ogni persona, o non era tanto quella la difficoltà, ma più che altro capire il background di ogni ballerino e cercare di and try, you know, to merge with every dancer's background e cercare di assimilarsi e mischiarsi nel background di tutti i ballerini. E questo può essere una sfida because the techniques are different. And any story that stick in your mind that were like very I don't know, pivotal for you, like it could be like a funny story, una storia divertente, or something that really made you emotional, so that like in una storia che ti ha emozionato, che vuoi raccontare, you want to share with us, vuoi condividere con noi?
For any of us, I think when people get to perform for their families or in their home country, it's very emotional. When we got to go to Ireland the first time for the company's nearly 50-year history, that was amazing. I had all my friends and family, and that was like really nice to perform in front of them. But, you know, as you know, funny stuff with us, you know, things happen, as you know, in live shows all the time, that like things go wrong or things get, you know, sometimes music is stopped or...
Oh, yeah. That, I was going to ask you, infatti, se mai è successo something on stage, like music stopped, did they have to close the curtain? Hanno dovuto chiudere il sipario a volte?
Actually, my first tour at the Teatro Nuovo in Milano, we were doing Paquita, and something just happened in the middle of the music in Paquita, and it just froze, and we all just paused, and they just like closed the curtain. And that's happened. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened before, and you know, they just find a way to like pick it up somewhere else. But sometimes for the dancers, we kind of enjoy it because then we don't have to finish the piece. We're tired.
Okay.
But,
so wait. So you were dancing, like the music stopped, right?
Yeah.
So Jack stava danzando al Teatro Nuovo di Milano. La musica si è fermata. So I'm sorry if I lost maybe a piece. Did they close the curtain or they just...
Well, you just like the curtain starts going in and you just hear our stage manager Isabel just be like, we're going to track 4, we're going to the coda, and we have to like just move along to like the next part.
Ok, so ovviamente hanno dovuto fermarsi e Jack ha detto, and I laughed for that, ho riso per quello, perché lui diceva, questa è una cosa positiva perché significa che loro non devono finire quel pezzo, magari particolarmente difficile, and they jump and they skip it and they skip on the, and they jump on the next piece e saltano al pezzo successivo. Oh my. Did you,
Well, once in Lisboa, we were doing a long run and we had like a double show day, so 2 shows in one day, and something happened where the piece in the second, the music wasn't working, and so they were like, oh, we're going to have to cancel the second act and move to the third act, and you could just hear all of us screaming with excitement, because we were like, good, we just want to do it anyway. So, yeah, you know.
So un altro,
I probably shouldn't be saying that, but we sometimes get excited when we don't have to do it.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Hey, it's a comedy, like based also on comedy, so that's fine that you're.
Well, you also understand, like you do the same show or the same pieces a lot, and sometimes you just don't want to do it that day.
Jack, ti capisco benissimo. I understand you perfectly. Good. Jack said he was in Lisbona. E lui durante uno spettacolo, stesso problema, la musica non ha funzionato, and they started screaming on stage, hanno iniziato a urlare felici, dire yes, sì, non dobbiamo finire l'atto, but we can, you know, do the third act and we can just give up on this act because the music isn't working. So they were all screaming, loro urlavano sul palco, perché ovviamente a volte Jack said like you're tired and you don't want to do that particular piece, sei stanco e non vuoi interpretare o fare quel pezzo in particolare, quindi you know, sometimes it's a good thing. And I know because it happened to us the same. Actually, they closed the curtain. We were working with illusions in the show. Yeah. So they would close the curtain, but then we would have to start from the same spot. It was interrupted.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so they always kind of...
Oh, they skip. No, because well, we were with Chris Angel. I don't know if you know Chris Angel, but I'm just saying that, like, to give you like my experience, and so I feel you. Cioè, capisco cosa intendi. E quando ho lavorato nel cirque, il sipario si era chiuso quando ci sono stati dei problemi tecnici, e poi si riapriva di nuovo e noi ricominciavamo dalla stessa parte. We would restart from the same part, and yeah, it's crazy. You have the stage manager. Okay, guys, pronti, ready? We're gonna start from where we stopped. Are you ready? Siete pronti? No. Okay. So you fix your. Oh, by the way, I was gonna say you fix your hair and makeup. How about com'è stato il trucco, like the makeup? Did you come up with your makeup? Did they teach you? Ti hanno insegnato?
Some dancers have come in or they've done drag before. I'm not one of them. I don't do drag outside work. Some dancers do, which is, you know, as far as...
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Scusa. Oh my God. Sorry. One moment. Let me close the window. I saw una bestia gigante, a big bug. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh.
Oh my God, I thought I got scared. It was like that. And against the window, it hit the window.
It's okay.
Scusa. I mean, it was a spontaneous reaction. I didn't mean to. Sorry.
I think I saw a car accident or something.
No, neanche un incidente di macchina, proprio una bestia. I'm sorry, but this morning I'm like this. Sono così. I apologize. Scusa. So back to the makeup.
Yeah, back to the makeup. So yeah, everyone's different. I definitely personally took my good time learning how to do the makeup decent enough. Now I feel better about it, but everyone's different. Some dancers, the company tries to give us from rehearsals like an hour and a half before the show starts, and a lot of the dancers go and they spend that whole time getting their face ready, while a lot of the older dancers that have been there for a while, including myself, we go have a coffee, we go to the bathroom, we relax, because now I don't need that much time. There's a lot of lights on the stage.
But there's a photo of you, the one I posted for the promo for our live. That was a very...
I was so sick in that photo shoot.
No way.
41-degree fever.
No.
Yeah, so sick. That I'm dying the whole time. But yeah, so I mean, but with the lights and stuff on stage, for instance, you see red lips and black eyes in our wig. So I try not to spend too much, unless, especially if the audience is far away. Some theaters, they're much closer,
Yeah, yeah, of course, certo.
And so that also has to do with how we are on stage, as if it's really close, you try not to be so expressionate sometimes if they're really close, because you don't want to scare them.
Oh. Oh my God, I have to translate all of this.
Sorry, go ahead.
So no, sorry, because this is it's great what you're saying. So ho chiesto a Jack per il trucco se ha imparato da solo, se gli hanno insegnato. Lui ha detto that so you tried on your own the makeup on your own. You all did it. Ok, sì, hanno imparato il trucco da soli, non hanno avuto un insegnante. E lui dice che molti ballerini spendono ore e ore, cioè arrivano a teatro e iniziano a truccarsi. Di solito arrivi a teatro un'ora e mezza prima, anzi 2 ore prima, proprio perché spendi tanto tempo per il trucco. Ma Jack dice, I enjoy my coffee, io bevo il mio caffè, faccio una chiacchierata, and I'm not going to spend so much time with the makeup. Non spendo troppo tempo con il trucco, anche perché molte persone ovviamente sono vicine, a lot of people are close to the stage, molte persone sono vicine al palco, and he said, I don't want to scare them, non voglio far paura loro con tutto il mio trucco elaborato, quindi it's almost like being on camera, right? For you, like when you have a close-up, hai un primo piano, and you don't want to be big, but you want to be more contained, maybe, if you have someone,
definitely.
Vero?
Our director calls it mugging, you don't want to
mugging? I don't know.
Right in their face, because a mug is your face, yeah. So you don't want to mug them too much, especially if they're close. If the audience,
okay.
Right
you don't want to, non vuoi arrivare troppo vicino al pubblico, and of course, but be more elegant, un po' più elegante.
Yeah, especially if they're really close.
Oh, certo.
The theater in New York, the Joyce, they're really close. You can see, they're bright, they're super close.
Wow.
Yeah, you feel like you're on top of them. And there's been some places where you feel you're so close that they can see you.
I mean, you're almost in their mouth. Sei quasi nella loro bocca. Quindi you don't want to be to scare them. Anche perché il trucco is so heavy already, the makeup, it's already heavy for the character. And I saw and another thing that Jack said, the photo all of you saw in the promo, Jack said that he was sick, che lui era ammalato e quel giorno non stava bene. The makeup, il trucco era bellissimo per me. I love it. And you look great. I would date you as a woman too. Non lo so. E stai molto bene con il trucco.
Grazie.
Do you want to say something in Italian, Jack, by the way?
No, I'm good.
Perché? Non vuoi dirci
I'm
qualcosa? No,
I'm
niente.
good. I've been out of practice. Out of practice.
Va anche una parola. So perché, well, first of all, it should be maybe the first question, poteva essere una prima domanda dell'intervista, ma perché hai deciso di diventare un ballerino? Why did you decide to be a dancer? Like,
I mean, yeah, I think it's a very hard question now when you look back. I always loved dancing. My sister and I were Irish dancers growing up. And then I wasn't dancing and I was doing a sport very intensely. And, you know, there's just that moment in your life, you're like, I'm just, as you know, like, I'm just going to do it, you know, despite what, you know, when I
yes, but was it your passion? Or... Like, did you ever say, Jack, I you know, I want to be a dancer in my life. I want to be, or just like...
Yeah, it was a very like quick decision because I was a bit older and I was, you know, gave up university for it and like...
Oh, wow. Sì, hai lasciato l'università anche.
And my parents were supportive, but they were also, you know, but the kind of support that they gave me, which was good, was that I had to do it, you know? They weren't too supportive where I was lackadaisical, which was better because then it gave me more personal independence and strength to just do it, which, you know, I feel like if they were over supportive, I probably would have been more laxed about it. So, but yeah, I mean, you also, as you know, to be a dancer, you have to go for it. And if it doesn't work out...
No, exactly. Because, I mean, your decision, like my decision, or a lot of dancers that will see our interview, like, it's a difficult path. Like, you can't just say, I'm going to be especially ballet, perché tu sei un ballerino classico. You come from ballet, and that's the basis, è la base di ogni ballerino, but it's very, very hard work. È un lavoro molto duro perché it has to be precisione, perfetto. And did you have any hero that you were inspired to? Any ballet dancer that you really was your muse? Tipo, è stata una tua musa ispiratrice, una ballerina o ballerino?
Well, personally, I always really loved the way my coach Valentina Kozlova danced. She was very dramatic and, you know, very intense and, you know, very great actress, but also a very great technician as well. But also for me, it's always the people around that I'm with, whether I was in school or in the company. You know, I feel like that's who I get. I could watch videos all day, but, you know, just seeing my colleagues, and I feel like we learn from each other, and, you know, that's where I find my most, you know, strength from. Or,
yeah,
you know.
So Jack dice che sicuramente a Valentina Kozlova, la ballerina del Bolshoi che gli ha fatto training, è stata ovviamente una sua musa ispiratrice, ma anche tutti i colleghi con i quali Jack ha lavorato e lo hanno aiutato tanto nella sua carriera. I loved, you said, I love what you said. I read your bio, and you said, I find my heart in watching and loving others dance, whether with me or for me on stage. So, lo traduco un attimo in italiano. Jack ha detto, io ritrovo il mio cuore a guardare e amare gli altri a danzare, che siano io o che siano gli altri a ballare per me sul palco, o che sia io a ballare sul palco. For me, this is beautiful. È bellissimo, because sometimes...
I wrote that?
Yeah, you said that. You do it. You did
I
it.
did? Oh!
This is...
Let me go.
Questo mi ha colpito tanto, because it shows, first of all, like, how... you know, humble you are in your artistic endeavor, that it's hard to be humble. And when I say hard to be humble, is because there's a lot of competition. C'è tanta competizione. È molto dura essere umili nell'intrattenimento e nello spettacolo in generale. First of all, if you're a dancer, you want to do what we're doing, it's because, you know, we have an ego. You know, we want to be seen. Vogliamo essere visti, guardati. Però the fact that you are inspired and you're not, you don't feel sometimes the invidia, being envious and say, I want to do that. I want to do that part. I should be me doing that.
Yeah.
Can you expand what you said?
Well, I mean, first, I really think it comes because I'm very secure in that I have a job, first of all, and that I don't feel, I don't feel at risk of losing my position in the company, which they're not planning on getting rid of me, I don't believe, which I think kind of helps that feeling,
certo.
where it gives you more of a breath, where you don't feel like you're always competing for something. And that was kind of the environment in my school and kind of in the company, is that it's not a competition. It's we're all one unit doing a show together. So I think that I think anyone could go either way, and I think that's just, I've been able to be a part of two different organizations that allowed me to be that way, which was nice.
Certo, sì. E un ragazzo dice: l'umiltà è quella qualità che completa, Giancarlo, l'umiltà è quella qualità che completa la carriera di ogni artista rendendola speciale ed unica. Yeah, he says that being humble is the... Hai capito, Jack? You understood, right? Okay, that's... Oh my God! I'm translating all this time and you're understanding Italian.
I can
No. That's good. Oh, no, right, because we're speaking English, so. Of course, Sara, hello.
I did take Latin for a long time, so that kind of helps a bit with the reading.
Sì, sì, ha studiato latino, quindi lo aiuta. Scusa?
I took Latin, the language, like,
Oh, sì, latino. Sì, hai studiato latino.
Very helpful.
Quindi lo aiuta Jack a capire l'italiano. E Jack prima ha detto che... oh my God, now I lost my thoughts. So if I don't translate, I know.
I don't even know what day it is. So
non sa neanche che giorno è, quindi possiamo lasciar perdere. But anyways, you know that this live is gonna come back, and I'm gonna add some subtitles. You're gonna have your cover. Thanks to Jacopo Caravaggio. I wanna say thank you to Jacopo Caravaggio. He's my good friend. And he helps me a lot with the graphic of my live. So and he works for Condé Nast Italia. No, volevo tradurre. I wanted to translate what you were saying about. We forgot. I can't translate
what
anymore.
I just said before.
Yeah, what you were talking about.
It's just kind of the like with my school that I was in and the company.
Right. That you were saying also that there's no competition, non c'è competizione.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has that, but I didn't feel like it was something pushed on us, which was, for me was, if someone was very extra competitive, it's on them as a person. So
yeah, you don't have that quality. Like you do, but in a good way, because maybe you want to be.
Have that.
We all have,
but like it's not productive all the time.
Certo, non è produttivo.
If you're not happy for someone's new, I feel like when I get a new role, the dancers, my colleagues, are nice to me about it, and vice versa, which I think
è bello questo. Sì, esatto. E also Jack diceva che soprattutto nel balletto, in questa compagnia, Le Ballets Trockadero, c'è un po' di competizione, ma una competizione buona e sana. Cioè, se lui ha un ruolo, sono contenti per lui, magari. I think maybe they might even help you, like giving you some advice, probably about the role that you are taking on, your other colleagues. It could be.
Yeah, well, of course we're.
I think, penso.
Oh, you mean like on the roles we're dancing?
Yeah, while you're dancing, like while you're learning a role, they might help you, or like they.
Yeah, we're like coached and rehearsed.
Yeah, esatto. So siete proprio una compagnia unita, e anche what Jack said before, ha detto che comunque lui è sicuro dei ruoli che ha nella compagnia Ballet Trockadero, is secure of what the roles are, so there's no need for Jack, non c'è bisogno per Jack di essere competitivo, perché i suoi ruoli sono assicurati. So far, I mean,
especially in Trockadero, because they pick people of different sizes and shapes and ethnicities and countries, I think it's almost hard. It's hard to be competitive because you're not comparing Like there's
You're
only
all
one of me.
unique, right?
Yeah, we're
Ognuno è
very
unico.
unique. So
Siete unici. Sì,
yeah, so when you look at someone, you're like, oh, I can't do that, but it looks great on them. And it's like, with everyone, I think it's,
certo.
and everyone has their own personality and their own interpretation. So I think it's definitely a lot. Especially right now, I feel like the company is very supportive about, when you're doing a new role and helping each other and like enjoying those
Certo, ti
moments
supportano, la
yeah.
compagnia ti supporta, gli altri colleghi ti supportano. E un'altra domandina, l'ultima, the last, because then Instagram says, that's it, after an hour. Any advice who wants to maybe being in a company like Trockadero Ballet or in general, like un sognatore, if you want to give an advice to a dreamer who dreams to dance?
It's just, it's hard work, but it's a hard life as, being an artist, but it's, it's worth it if you
ne vale
can
la
make
pena,
that work
sì.
for you. Yeah. I mean, it's been a very exciting ride traveling the world and performing for
Mamma mia,
so
veramente.
many different kinds of people. So it's definitely something when I'm older, I'll look back and be like, that was very cool. What I did.
Certo, mamma mia, è incredibile la tua biografia, your career path, your bio. I read like it's unbelievable. And have you ever thought, Jack, to change career? Not career. I'm sure you want to still be a dancer, but company and just dance, maybe contemporaneo.
Well, I mean, when I was in school, the whole point was I wanted to be a modern dancer. But no, I will retire. When I retire from dancing, it will be from this company.
So
yeah.
Sorry. So you're gonna.
But yeah, it will be definitely like.
So you wanna dance with them like until you can,
fino a to retire, yeah.
So Jack dice lui vuole danzare con le Ballets Trockadero fino a quando andrà in pensione, till retirement, e non vuole per ora cambiare stile di danza. Maybe do you have any plan maybe after the company maybe they close or after you're going retirement, andrà in pensione?
I'm finishing my degree at university right now. I'll be done in December because we're obviously furloughed because of this pandemic.
Oh, sì.
Yeah. Forgot about that for a second.
Ci siamo dimenticati del coronavirus, sì.
Who knows, hopefully something good. But I would love to teach. That's actually
Sì? So ti piacerebbe insegnare? Ma anche magari coreografare, having your own company, avere una tua compagnia? No. Too much work. It's hard work, but even teaching, è tanto lavoro, ma se c'è una soddisfazione. For sure there's a satisfaction to teach what you have learned so far and pass it on.
Yeah,
do you have
I find more satisfaction in that.
Yeah. Sì, a quote that you want to tell us in English that maybe sticks for you? Like, do you want, like on a bat, like, do you have any quote?
There is a really good quote, but now I can't think about it.
You can.
Oh, sorry. It's a very good quote. It's a Martha Graham quote.
Oh, okay.
It's like something like a dancer is not as good as their technique, it's as good as their passion, something like that.
Ok, gli ho chiesto una citazione.
It was on the wall of my school. It was written there, and I just always thought that was lovely, that like it wasn't just like it's about like what passion you are as an artist, which I always thought was
So it's more
very
the
nice.
passion, but not she said not the technique.
Yeah, just
sorry.
I think people that make it in the professional world, you have to have more than just technique. You have to want it.
Certo.
Yeah.
It's more, è vero, ho chiesto a Jack una citazione, una sua citazione personale, ma lui ora non si ricorda, ma si ricorda una citazione di, you said Martha Graham, right? Said it?
I think it was Martha Graham.
Ok,
yeah.
Martha Graham, e ha visto questa citazione sul muro della sua scuola di danza dove si allenava, e dice che non è tanto la tecnica per diventare un ballerino, ma la passione. So if you need love, and it's true, because there are a lot of dancers that you might say, wait, okay, maybe they're not perfect in their technique, but look how big they are on stage, the aura, right? L'aura che loro emanano, anche se non hanno una tecnica perfetta. Vero? Sì. Jack Furlong, io ti ringrazio
Grazie
ti
mille.
ringrazio tantissimo. Vieni a Los Angeles. Quando vieni a Los Angeles? O in
I
Italia?
I know we'll have to hang out with Nico.
Sì, dobbiamo andare con
Yeah,
Nicoletta
and get our
Rezzani,
haircuts.
Nicoletta, e
Yeah.
ci deve fare i capelli.
I need one so bad.
Me too. It's just
Yeah.
like, someone licked my hair, but I didn't know how to be presentable.
I know,
Non-
me neither. It's like,
Eh,
it's so hot here as well.
Oh, e fa
My-
molto caldo. Jack? Ok,
It
scusami.
was my phone.
Ok, ti ho
It was my
ribloccato. Sì. Io,
Yeah.
io sono
And then we'll have to meet in Piacenza.
Sì, ma vieni veramente. O
I love Piacenza.
Sì, Piacenza, o ti portiamo a Castel San Giovanni. Castel San Giovanni is
Yes.
where Nicoletta
Has the
Rezzani
salon.
is. Yeah, she has the salon, the beauty salon.
And she can tell us where the osteria that I met her at was, where the
Oh,
restaurant.
right, the restaurant
Yeah.
you guys met. I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask her, le chiedo dove vi
Yeah.
siete incontrati, in un ristorante che dicevi con delle scale,
Sì,
with
sì.
stairs in Piacenza.
Yeah.
Non so, ce ne sono diversi, ma chiederò a Nicoletta, ti mando un messaggio. Jack Furlong, grazie mille.
Grazie
Ti
mille,
ringrazio
Bella.
veramente tanto del tuo tempo, grazie.
Okay.
Un bacio.
Bye.
Ciao Jack, ciao.